Welcome back, guys, to episode 5 of Take 4 Talk More. I'm your host, Ashley.
And I'm your host, Garrett.
Welcome back, especially for our fans. First, I'm going to have to say we did reach 200 subscribers on YouTube. So Garrett is going to paint her nails.
I'm going to paint my nails.
So on this episode, I will remind all of you guys at the end, but on this episode, underneath in the YouTube comments, to put a heart of the color that you'd like. And the one that gets the most is the one we're going to paint her nails next week on episode 6. Again, welcome back, guys. We're here for episode 5, BRB Crying, Aim Away Messages, and the Unhinged Early Internet.
Oh, I got the chills.
Right?
This brings me back.
So we'll get more into that in a minute, but first, our drink of the week. This is a fun one. It's kind of a little bit more ingredients than what we've been playing with, but I think it'll be really yummy, and I am really hating the Midwest cold, and so I'm hoping this will bring us to a tropical place today.
Yes. Ooh, so excited.
All right, so we've got our lovely shaker. We're going to take 2 shots first.
What are we taking 2 shots of first?
We're going to do the rum, because you can't really, this is amaretto. For anyone from like probably the mid-2000s, the Di Serrano guy.
Di Serrano.
Yeah. I can't really like take shots of that. It's like almost like thick, sweet.
Is it? Ooh.
Yeah. So we're going to start with our 4 shots, because it is Take 4 Talk More. This is Bumbu. I hope that's how you say it. But I got this at Binny's as well, and it looked really cool. So Bumbu is a rum company, an authentic Caribbean legend. It's blended from fine Barbados rum and hand-selected spices that evokes the rich and colorful history of the West Indies. So again, hoping this takes us down to the tropics.
I know I'll be warm after one
yes.
shot.
So we're going to do 2 shots of this each, and then we'll make our cocktail.
Very excited. And pineapple juice. Can you do it? Oh!
Yeah, thanks. Actually, no, I froze it. We should be good.
Oh, I was hoping for more time.
No. It smells good.
It smells really good, yeah.
Alrighty.
That's hot. What'd yours say?
Sliving.
Yes.
Wait, we gotta get lemons.
Do we?
Oh, and we're supposed to tap this time.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we didn't do that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Midwest tap.
Definitely kind of tropical.
I like it.
Yeah.
I almost said I loved it. And now I think I actually do love it.
It's pretty good.
The aftertaste is really good.
Good. It's like sweet, kind of tropically, right? Recommend.
I'm so excited.
All right.
Did you get that one at Binny's?
Yeah, I got it at Binny's. It's good too. I froze it, so it's really nice and cold.
Yes.
All right, ready?
One more.
One more. This is the one that always gets us.
And maybe next week we'll take shots of Skull vodka. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, we should totally do that as
No.
a regular. From back in our high school days. We didn't
Get
drink
some
in high
Busch.
school. We are not promoting drinking in high school.
Keystone Light.
Ooh.
Ooh. Tap. I really like it.
Oh, smooth.
It's really smooth.
It's really, really good, guys. Bumbo for the win. Bumbo?
Bumbo?
Tell us how you say it. Maybe we'll look it up after
It
this.
just reminded me of Ace Ventura. Bumblebee tuna?
Awesome. So definitely Bumbo, delicious. Hopefully we're saying that right. Now we're going to move on to our cocktail of the week. And we are calling this one Tropic Like It's Hot. Because we're going to start with the Bumbo rum. And again, this is Take 4 Talk More. So we just took 2 shots each. And we need to make sure there's 4 shots in this cocktail. So she always says, glug, glug.
Glug glug.
1.
Oh, that's thick. How much of the Di Serrano are we putting in?
I'm thinking we're going to do 2. I think we'll do
2 and
2 and 2.
2?
Yeah.
All right.
For anyone out there who doesn't know, most of these cocktails we make, we kind of like get inspiration online, inspiration from friends, and then most of them we kind of just make up. So
Right here, live.
yeah, so you can see us taste them for the first time. Again, they're supposed to be easy. They're supposed to be relatively inexpensive. We might, like this one I think was maybe $35. You can obviously use a rum that's cheaper if you'd like. So we definitely try to make it so that you can make it at home as a mom, as a millennial sitting at home alone. It's easy and it's much cheaper.
That glug was good.
Yes.
I feel like that is very full.
It is very full. Whoop whoop. It's going to be delicious, guys. Then next, we're going to add pineapple juice, I order my groceries. Yes, I'm that person. Garrett goes grocery shopping, so when I forget something,
I'm always like, what did you forget?
yeah,
I'm here.
She picks it up for me. I did order the big can of pineapple juice, but I'm assuming they were out because the girl brought me a bunch of these little ones.
These are the better ones, though.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
you don't have to throw them out, right?
From working at the restaurant, oh my god, they're great. We're going to the tropics.
We're going to the tropics. We might have to top this up a little pineapple juice because that looks pretty strong.
Careful shaking.
Oh, no, that's your job.
Oh, that's right. I'm ex-barista here.
Well, she shakes that. We also are gonna have a garnish, but we're gonna eat them out of a bowl right now. I did buy garnish sticks, guys. They just haven't come in the mail yet. So next week, you guys will see us actually do a garnish. We're gonna try to get a little fancier. But this is Traverse City Whiskey Company. So right here in the Midwest in Michigan, which I thought was really cool. And they're called Premium Cocktail Cherries, the American Cocktail Cherry. It says, coming to you from the cherry capital of the world. My in-laws are in Michigan.
I didn't know that.
Yes, they do like cherry wine and all sorts of crazy
Wisconsin has cheese and Michigan has cherries.
Yes.
We have alcoholics.
Yes. We have the big city. These premium cherries give the perfect final touch to any crafty cocktail behind the bar. So put these out here for everyone to see. I think this is, I'm assuming, a smaller local company, which I kind of love. We're going to top this off with a little champ Prosecco.
Kirkland.
Shout out to Kirkland. I haven't found a Prosecco in that price range that's better than the Kirkland brand.
Is it $7.99 or $9.99?
I think it's $7.99 in the store, and I think when I order it, it's like $8.59 or something like that.
Yeah, it's not
through
bad.
Instacart.
And it's good.
Hey guys? Tasty. And then this is the dry one.
She's scared. Oh, wait. I'm gonna dent your ceiling.
All right, top them off.
And then we put a cherry on top?
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna throw a cherry in there. Anytime you can top off with like a little bubbly, you'll kind of notice a lot of our cocktails are like top off with Prosecco, top off with San Pellegrino. We showcase. Like, we're not really super big sweet drinkers, but we like that fun tropical vibe. And definitely having the little topper helps keep the sweet. Yeah, that's why we need the garnish sticks, guys. All right, guys, we're going to taste one of these cherries so you can know how it's like, because I just talked all about this company.
Look at that glisten.
Yeah, they're like syrupy.
They're not like the...
They're not maraschino cherries.
Yeah.
They're more like bourbon cherries. Yeah, they smell good. This is really good.
Oh my god.
Don't eat the whole jar of those. That's probably a lot of sugar, but it is very good.
How much sugar? 3 grams per serving?
Per cherry. They're very sugary. They're delicious. Just
I want to use this juice.
So good, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll save it when we're done with the cherries for another cocktail.
Perfect.
We're gonna taste this one for the first time. Hopefully this brings us to the tropics.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. That was so good. Woo!
Look at the cherry at the bottom.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
Ooh.
It's yummy.
There's a lot of flavor in there.
Did you guys notice our new glasses? These are also Paris Hilton martini glasses.
PH, baby.
We're definitely into the pink theme. We love it. If anyone was wondering, when I was in 8th grade, I had a hot pink bedroom. My dad literally let me paint my room hot pink with black carpet. Don't ask me why he let me.
But it was
black
so
carpet.
nice.
It was cool.
That was, yeah, you had a cool room.
All right, guys.
So good.
Cocktail is ready to go. We are
we
2
ready
shots
to go?
in each. We're definitely ready. So again, welcome to episode 5, Take 4, Talk More. BRB crying, aim away messages, and the early unhinged internet. We are diving into the absolute chaos of the 2000s early internet. When aim away messages were our personal diaries, chat rooms were basically a game of guess the predator, and MySpace top friends could literally end your best friendships. From Facebook pokes to LimeWire viruses, we're reliving the sketchiest, cringiest, and most hilarious things we did online that we would never let our kids do today. They'll probably do it behind our back. Because this is a digital time machine you won't regret boarding.
Oh my god, I can't regret it.
Our first question of the day. What was your cringiest AIM screen name? Bonus points if it involved an capital X, lowercase x, capital X, song lyrics, or an inside joke no one remembers?
Okay, so my screen name, my very first screen name ever, was lowercase x, uppercase X, Evil Kitty. Uppercase X,
You would be
lower.
a cat person.
I had a friend though, and I won't name her name, but we were 12,
Mm-hmm.
and her screen name was Kinky Pajamas.
Did we even know what kinky really meant at 12?
No!
I feel like we might have known more than 12-year-olds today because it wasn't Google that we had back then. It was like AOL search engine and Yahoo search engine. But our parents weren't really monitoring it yet. So we could look that stuff up and it would come up.
Whatever we wanted.
Mine definitely had an X in it for the X-Files. I literally think it was like ex Mulder lover something like that.
I was gonna say it's probably
like one of those. I have to say like cheers. You have to do a cheers with me to the early internet because the shipper. So like when you like love a relationship on TV that like isn't really maybe even a relationship yet, actually came from the X-Files. Look this up, guys. Yes, because everyone wanted Mulder and Scully to get together, and they obviously didn't until like way too late. Thanks, Chris Carter. You ruined it for everyone. Away messages were our first sub-tweets. What was the most dramatic one you ever posted? The away messages. Do you remember? It had to be like you were leaving the computer, likely because your phone needed to be used by your parent. And back then, guys, you couldn't use the phone if you were on the internet. And you had to put an away message. Like, what was your away message?
oh, something emo. Or really weird. Like a Salad Fingers quote.
Yep, or a song lyric.
Or a song lyric, like, by the U's. It was, like, really emo.
Yes.
And, like, people were worried about you. Because you'd be like, I can't do this anymore. And you just log off.
Oh my god, that's so good. It's so true.
So bad.
Phones kind of took that away now because like you're kind of always on, right?
Always online. And I noticed that. I don't know if you noticed, but there is a little like green dot and it tells you how many hours ago someone was active.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember on AIM, like the red, or there was a way, was it yellow?
Yes, I think
and
so.
And then green was
like
online and you would go to like talk to someone and then they would go away and you're like,
how
they're mad at me.
They got it.
Or, but it probably like their internet just got disconnected.
Or like it was your crush. And did your crush even notice like your away message? Like you would literally do you remember like putting an away message that was directed at someone hoping they would see it, but not knowing if they ever did unless they messaged you about it?
If they were on your buddy list, they would see it.
Mm-hmm. These young kids, they have no idea what they're missing.
They're missing out on such like a time period of waiting.
Yes.
No patience.
Like nowadays, your message, like it's like in your DM or whatever, direct message. But like back then, it was definitely more like on the chat vibe.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? All right. Why were we all using song lyrics as a cry for help instead of just texting or calling our friends?
Because it's edgy.
Oh my god, it was so well. Yes, it was edgy, but I think it was also edgy because I'm going to bring up MySpace. I think is going to come up in the next question. But MySpace, the original Facebook, and I have to do a shout out to Zynga.
Yes!
Who I would say is like the original social media platform. For all of you young people that might be listening, doubtful we have any young listeners, but let's say we do, my nieces or something. Zynga, with an X, was like kind of like a mix between Twitter, MySpace, and Facebook, where like it was literally like an online posted diary. You would put like what you did for the day or how you were feeling. There weren't really any pictures, especially I think there might have been like at the very end of it, but during the time we used it, there was no pictures. That was kind of the first bit of social media that really got big and people like used, and I think that really paved the way for MySpace and Facebook.
And coding, you learned how to code.
Through Zynga and MySpace, because
Zynga was like real hard to get those
yes.
ones. Like you had to go in, and if you had music on your page, you were like,
good luck.
How did you do that?
Yes,
I did.
Did you?
It wasn't good.
See, I didn't do music until like MySpace started getting the music in the backgrounds, And by that time, you had like the really good Yahoo search engine. And so you could look up other people's codes and copy and paste them in. So like I had somebody else's music and somebody else's background on my MySpace page.
My Zanga, I remember specifically because I feel like I say a few years ago lightly because it might have been a decade ago.
Forever.
When I like was digging to try to find it again. I had that like green Meep guy. You remember that Meep guy?
Mm-hmm.
He was like my background and he was just running. And then my song was Living Dead Girl by Rob Zombie. Which
that tracks. That tracks. Yes, I think we use song lyrics for a lot of things because it made us feel some sort of way. And I think it was like the first time up until that point, the only time you really saw song lyrics was like either if it was like kind of printed on a poster, which was rare, or it was on the like inside of a CD pamphlet.
What was that website we used to find the lyrics on?
Oh my God, we're going to have to talk because
yeah, it was like redlyrics.com.
I know exactly what you're talking about because
it was like
could,
the only one.
Yes, nowadays you can just have AI just like read it for you.
Oh yeah, you just Google it. You could just yell at your phone, Siri, tell me the lyrics to this, and she's like, here you go.
And I think we are from the first generation of being able to express yourself online. Mm-hmm. And I think people didn't quite know, like, if you really look back and do your own research, whatnot, but I think if you really look back or think back to the early internet, things that were on there were like more surface level. People use a lot of song lyrics. I think people didn't know that you could use the internet to like do things that were new and innovative. And that came along like much later. I think we see that now. We have our own podcast. People have their own, pages where they're selling things that they create and all of that. And I think that was kind of the first pave way to like showing your emotion was using something else because you didn't quite know how to show your emotion with your own like talking points or your own art online yet because it was so new.
Yeah, you could like post. I mean, when Zanga was around, you could post. I think you could post pictures later, but it was like a specific post and only your friends could see it, if I remember correctly. I don't know.
Something like
I
that.
remember finding pictures on my Zanga, and I was like, "Ooh, that was a lot of eyeliner."
Yes.
Or maybe it was Photo Bucket.
Ooh, Photo Bucket.
They emailed me and they said that I could pay $5 to get everything I have on there.
We should probably do that.
But I feel like I have it on a hard drive somewhere. I am a digital hoarder. She has seen my desktop.
Yes.
So I probably have it.
She's not wrong. All right. We're going to stick with the MySpace theme. The MySpace top 8 was a friendship death sentence. Who did you remove and what drama did it cause?
Oh my God. I feel like I would get upset when I got removed.
I feel like it wasn't even that I like removed anyone that like upset anyone or like put someone on that like made someone happy. It was like the order in which it was.
Yeah.
Like I had such a close group of friends and then like people that I also hung out with. We talked last episode about how we're kind of friends with everyone. To where, like, when I kind of first started using the top 8, I was, like, kind of just putting my, like, top closest friends that I was, like, hanging out with the most. And didn't realize at the time that people, like, really took that seriously. And they're like, why am I ranked behind this person? I was like...
Why am I number 4?
Yeah. And I was like, what?
Just to be clear, I don't think I was ever on her top 8.
My top 8 was probably a bunch of lesbians I, like,
I'm pretty sure Mulder was your top 1.
Yeah, he probably was. What are you gonna do? I had like Mulder and then a bunch of lesbians.
Yeah.
Can I tell a story about MySpace in the lesbian world?
Yes.
So I was in like GSA in high school, and this was the Gay Straight Alliance. This was back when being gay wasn't quite so trendy yet. And I joined the Gay Straight Alliance at our high school. It was a lot of fun. It was a very new club. Shout out to the teacher that ran it because him and I are actually Facebook friends today, and he comments on my like family's pictures and stuff and loves them so much. Really, really great guy. Would not have had the high school experience.
Who?
I'm not going to say his name, but I will tell you later.
Okay.
I could not have had the high school experience I did without him. So he nominated me to go to a conference downtown Chicago that was a poetry conference for high school students. So there were high school students literally from all over the world. Like there were high schools that came in, like literally flew in, stayed in hotels, whatever. And like obviously it was pretty much all gay straight alliances at that point. So there were some straight kids. Obviously Alliance was in there for a reason. But for a lot of the portion, like this was like the first time I was going to be in a room full of people kind of my age that were also gay. Because at the time, it was not the same way that it is today. I mean, we're talking like circa 2004, right?
Yeah.
And so I went to a poetry session there where like it was like what do you call that when they kind of like a workshop, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, you bring out things, they give you some ideas, and then you like write a poem, whatever. And there was a girl there who I was like, she like read a poem, and I was like,
that's my girl.
that's the one. That's the one. And probably not your conventional pretty, definitely more like a masked lesbian, like what I married. And I was definitely more girly girl. I was a cheerleader at the time, whatever. And so I was not going to go like talk to her because who was going to do that? I was like 14. I sent her a note on the paper. I was supposed to be like writing portions for this like poem to then like put together at the end.
Meanwhile,
I did not. I wrote a note to this girl with my phone number and was like, you should like text me or call me because it's about all you could do on our cell phones at the time. And that was it. I handed it to her. She smiled. Like, you know, I thought, oh, maybe I got myself my first like date, whatever. Actually, it would have been my second girl date, but that's okay. She never responded. Like, never messaged me back. Yes.
Well, not even ghosted.
This sounds so terrible. But, like, a lot of my friends, I had some, like, pictures from the trip. They were like, you are way more attractive than her. Like, there's no reason she shouldn't have responded to you. I think about that now as an adult, and I'm like, God, that's such a shitty thing to think. But really, we thought this. And I was like, you're right. Like, why did she not respond to me? Why didn't she call me? Mm-hmm. What the hell? And so we started looking up on MySpace. And back then in MySpace, do you remember you could put in like the age group, the kind of area that you lived, and you could put in whether you were gay, straight, or bi?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
It was basically like social media and dating app all in one. So I think that it paved the way for social media and dating apps. Now they're kind of separate. But at the time, they were together.
I met her on MySpace.
It was all the one. So we ended up finding her. Oh no, we found her, guys.
Wow.
And I ended up.
How?
I knew her age group. She had shared like where she lived, the town she lived in, and I knew that she was gay, right? So it narrowed it down pretty far. Where
Internet sleuth.
Yeah, that was like the beginning of the internet sleuth era. We were able to find her, and we did. And I was like, I'm messaging her, and I messaged her because I was like, I sent you a note. Like, clearly I thought you were attractive. You never respond. You could have at least texted me and been like, not interested. Have a girlfriend. Have a boyfriend. I don't even care. You could have you could have at least turned me down respectfully. So, oh my God, she messaged back, and this is where I talked about the first part because it made me feel really shitty, where she was like, you were so much more attractive than what I felt that, like, my playing field should be, that I thought you were making fun of me, and I thought that it was fake. That's why she never responded. I was like, okay, first of all, I'm not that kind of person. Yes, I can be a little conceited, but not like that. I would never do that where I would like hit on somebody to be an asshole like that.
Yeah, no.
Never. So obviously I responded. We ended up dating for like 6 months. I took her to homecoming, like sophomore year of high school.
I didn't go.
Oh,
yes, I went to junior prom. So I went to the class above us. I went to prom as a junior. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, we ended up dating. Really great girl. No, nothing bad to say about her. We were really young. That was really it. Like, you know, kind of ended up going.
But that's also like kind of far. Kind of like you, as a teenager and a preteen, like your standards are shallow.
So shallow.
And it's not like intentional, but it's just like what society like.
Yeah, and I also think like when you're young, this is like the
we have these idols to look at.
That,
you know, and their significant others, and it's like they need to match.
I think, or
I got you.
Thanks. I think also like when you're young, it's kind of that like complex of like I'll live forever. Same thing. Like I'll be young and youthful and beautiful forever, and you don't think about like how it's gonna feel once you have a baby. Like once you get older, once you're working a lot, and a lot of us change, and then like thank God we meet our person, which we have, that you can grow old with and have those changes, and it just doesn't seem to matter. But
yeah, but you're so invincible, and then like having the tools that we did, and like
it's so true.
Woo! The internet holds on to everything except for Zanga.
Except for
So
Zanga.
we're in the clear there.
I remember when
Sucks to be all you kids nowadays, because literally it's online forever.
Forever.
Someone will screenshot it. Like, we didn't have screenshotting. We didn't have... Oh. I wish we did. Like, I really do wish that I could have screenshotted some of the things I said online that are no longer... You can't find them because these things don't exist.
No.
Maybe they do. Dox my Zanga and tell me how cringy I was, because I was cringy.
I love it. You were not cringy.
Oh, I was cringy.
That was all of us back then.
I had pink tinted glasses and frizzy hair. You were my friend, though.
Yep, but you only had frizzy hair because back then we didn't have the products and there was no YouTube to find out how to tame your own hair.
I had no idea until my stepmom was like, your hair's curly, and she took me and she got me mousse and butterfly clips, and I have been
living life.
Living the best life.
Yes. Thank God our daughters both have curly hair, so I have Garrett to help me. Because I obviously don't.
Your daughter's hair is like...
curly.
The curliest.
Yes. But I'm getting better at it.
You're doing great.
It's just I have YouTube. Like back then we didn't have YouTube.
No resources, just word of mouth.
So shout out to all you girls that do curly hair on YouTube, because without you, my poor daughter would be lost.
Yeah, she would.
All right. We're changing topics. We're going a little bit further back than MySpace. Chat rooms and ASL.
Do you guys know what ASL means? I'll give you 5 seconds.
Age.
Sex.
Language?
Location.
I forgot.
How old are you? What's your gender? And where do you live?
Yep.
Just 3 simple questions I need to know to talk to you.
Yes. Who are we even talking to?
Pedophiles.
And why did we think it was totally fine? Seriously. Okay. Chat rooms. When we're talking like AOL chat rooms, we were like 9 and 12. 9 to like 13. Maybe even earlier. 8 to 13. In my sunroom. On my computer. Chatting with people. And in chat rooms that were like... girl looking for 2 guys and a she-male. Like, what?
And it was like, there was a bunch of people in these chat rooms. And then you could side chat with them.
Yes. You would
like
instant message.
You would instant message them.
Yeah, straight from there.
Automatic, right? Like,
no, they would click on you. No, they're like parent approval?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was, there was no idea. No request. A box would pop
up. And you just start chatting.
I'm the same age as you. Are they?
Like, literally, I remember being in, like, 8th grade, and Harry Potter was really big, had just come out, there was a girl in the chat room that said, like, Emma Watson from the UK, female.
Oh, she said...
And I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna message this girl, and I messaged her, and her name really was Emma Watson, guys. I guess it's a kind of a common name in the UK or something.
Okay.
We ended up being pen pals, and I remember like messaging her she messaged me on Thanksgiving, and I was like, I'm cooking with my grandma, and she's like, cooking for what? And I was like, Thanksgiving, and she's like, oh, it's an American holiday. And that was like my first time like talking to someone international, being like, oh yeah, you don't celebrate the same holidays.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what were we thinking?
Oh God, I don't know.
Our parents had no idea.
0 idea. And then couldn't you add those people to your buddy list and like have constant conversations with them?
All the time. I talked to people that were like 26 years old and I was literally like 12. I had no business. Well, maybe they weren't 26. I have no idea.
I know, yeah. I mean, if we lied, they probably had to lie.
Right?
We're all lying. I really do hope that we were all going older and that there was no older person going yet.
I don't
know. Talking to me? Because that is so disturbing.
It's so disturbing.
It's a thing. It happens.
Yes.
Predators are out there.
But back then, like, it wasn't as easy to, like, find someone on the internet as it is now.
Yeah, like, you could chat with them, which is still...
But it was, like, anonymous.
It was anonymous.
Fake anonymous. Oh, my God. Well,
But I guess even then, still, you could find them through their, like, IP address, but we just, like, us normal people
didn't know that back
didn't
then.
have the technology.
Or the YouTube to show us how to do any of that.
Right. Well, we couldn't. We didn't have access to that.
No.
Only the internet people.
Yeah.
Providers,
right? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. This one's a good one. What were the most ridiculous MSN Yahoo Messenger status updates? This is kind of similar to AOL, except for this was like later when we were older. AOL kind of went out.
Oh,
and
yes.
MSN and Yahoo went in, but we still did the same exact thing, just like in an older form. I was like, oh, I'm so sad. Do you love me?
And I kind of felt like the Yahoo Messenger just didn't hit. It was like it tried.
MSN kind of really did that, right?
Or MSN, whatever. One of them, whoever
Right,
tried
yeah.
to kill AOL. Do you remember going to the store and getting the discs? 100 free minutes. Riverside
I do.
Foods, here I come on my bike to get that disc out of that paper thing. And I was like,
love that.
give me that, and I would take it. And then my mom would be like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. I have to put it in my computer and enter the code, and then I can talk online. But I think it only let you search or something.
Like a little bit. But it was like weird. Yeah. This is going to take us into a little bit farther into the future. Remember when Facebook pokes were a form of flirting? Who even invented that nonsense? This was like early college for us. Definitely Mark Zuckerberg. Shout out.
I poked him. I remember.
Did you?
Yeah. But I don't think
I remember Facebook because it was when we first started college. It had like just come out.
No, it was even before that, like senior year, and we weren't allowed to join Facebook unless were enrolled in college or
it had a college email.
College email.
Yes, it had to be like an at
Triton
UIC.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
.edu. Yeah.
Did I make a? Oh, I wonder if I have a fake email from my Facebook.
We probably did.
I joined before we graduated.
So I did not. I was like on the stay in MySpace forever train.
Me too,
but then I went to University of Illinois Chicago, and one of my classes was like, you need to have a Facebook for the group project. That's how they did group projects, so we could communicate.
That's good. That's smart.
So I had to sign up. I still have that same one. I eventually changed to my personal email. But yeah, can we talk about Facebook requiring a college email?
Because they were like supposed to just be. I think they were doing that for an age thing, right?
No, it was like I think he originally. I'm gonna look it up, guys.
I just feel like he wanted it to just be for like the college people to communicate to each other.
Yeah,
and like keep all the MySpace kids out of there. Poor Tom. You know, do you think Tom and Mark were friends?
Who is Tom?
From Facebook. I mean,
who is it? Like. We
Is
know
Tom
Mark
Facebook?
Zuckerberg. We know Mark. We've seen him. I mean, he's done Joe Rogan's podcast.
Tom is MySpace.
He's like,
I think he's just a normal guy now. I think he was just like, sorry.
yeah, but like, where is he now?
Where's Tom?
What's he doing? I think Mark Zuckerberg, I saw recently, wore is it Daniel Boone costume from the Grammys or something to his wife's like birthday, and he like ripped off the suit.
Oh,
I love him for that. He's like our age, and he wants to think he's still cool because he's rich. He can be still cool. If you looked at our most recent post about this episode, if you remember anything we're talking about, you are no longer considered cool. One of our friends is a high school teacher, and she told us that like 2 weeks ago. We're no longer cool. She's not wrong. We're not.
I
cool.
still have Riz.
This says, in the beginning, Facebook, then called The Facebook, exclusively for college students because it was designed to be a campus-based social network.
Okay.
Mark Zuckerberg launched it in 2004 while at Harvard, and it was originally meant to connect Harvard students. So, again, I think it was about, like, connecting kids in college, and then obviously it turned into something way more
What year
than
was
that.
that?
2004 is when it started.
Okay.
We were still in high school, and then it became big by the time we were in college.
After, they kind of just were like, let them all
No, it was more than, 2 years. So in 2006, they opened it up to everyone.
Okay. I think that's when I joined. I wonder if I can tell.
Mine was probably right after that, but I still used my college email because I didn't want to
I think I used a fake email.
I love that. We're going to take it to another place now, guys. Are you ready? All right, we're going to change a little tune here to the absolute chaos of Napster and LimeWire.
And FrostWire. LimeWire's ghetto little sister.
I know it's me. How many family computers did you destroy with viruses just trying to download one song?
Oh my god, it took forever.
Forever. You know, I gotta hand it to them though. So good. They really like paved the way for how we listen to music today, thank God.
But like, don't you? I'm so impatient now. Like, I can't imagine having to wait the amount of time that we did back then, because we would have to search it, and then you'd have to find the right one, because there was one that was like a cover or like a recorded from someone else's phone
not a phone, but just like they recorded
it from the radio and then put it online. And it was like the background music, or it was just the wrong song altogether. But
why do people do that? Do you think they did that to like get us?
Because I feel like they would put it on places that people would pay for music, and then they would get paid to like sell fake songs.
Yes, I like
Probably. I don't know.
So true.
But then, do you remember when all the lawsuits started coming out?
Oh,
because if you downloaded music illegally, you're going to jail.
Well, because I think like they didn't even have it as like illegal because that was never a thing, and now people are getting their music for free, and they were like, "How dare you?"
Oh yes, because yeah. No wait, I'm having a vivid memory of my friend having a CD, and she would upload it, and then I could download it via her Napster or.
Do you remember burn CDs?
Oh my god, yes.
And they were like silver, and you could like write on them.
I still have a pack. My car doesn't have a CD player.
No, not anymore.
I traded in my CRV, which was a 2011. It wasn't that old. It still had a CD player, and I got my
2011 is like 14 years ago.
Shut the front door. Anyways, my car now doesn't have a CD player.
No, mine neither.
And it's like Bluetooth, and like I do have a USB, but it's not a regular USB. It's a micro or whatever our new phones are.
Yeah. Oh, C.
USB-C. Okay. But yes, burn CDs were the best. Because you could give them to your friends and be like, I'm making you this sick playlist. And for me, like...
Or you could give it to an ex or like a crush.
Or a crush. I did get a couple like love CDs. And they were... I never listened to them. I was like, ew. I don't want to listen to this.
All right. I'm taking this to a different place really quickly.
Oh no.
In the mid.
She's so now. I'm scared.
She's hanging out all night with me. And I made a whole brisket. So we're going to do another shot.
Oh, take. That's fine. You know, I took my vitamins and I drank my water.
She took her vitamin. I'm saying...
This is delicious, though.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Why are we doing this one, though? What's in your mind? I'm scared.
Nothing. We're just going to have a really fun night. I had a long week at work.
Her week ended on Sunday. Like...
Literally this morning.
It still hasn't ended. Because technically, yeah.
I'm tired.
Corporate.
I'm a corporate slave because I love to spend money.
I love
Grab
to
a
spend
lemon.
money. I don't need a lemon. This is delicious. I love it.
Woo.
Yeah, the warmer it gets, the...
It's not as smooth, but it's still smooth.
This is the smoothest I've ever had.
Same.
Of rum.
It's literally so good. And I'm not normally a dark liqueur person. My wife is going to love this. Like, she's going to drink the rest of it. For sure. Like, she's a rum girl
I feel like
all
Eric
around.
might like it, too. But he likes tequila. Like,
I like tequila, too.
But he likes dirty tequila.
Yeah. I can do that if I'm already drunk.
It's hard to pair.
All right.
We do eventually have to try Malort.
We should do Malort in here. I know. All right. We've got one more for you today. If AIM, AIM, MySpace, and MSN still existed today... How would we be using them as unhinged millennial moms?
To troll the shit out of my kids.
Yes! Oh my god, that's such a funny answer!
I would literally... Oh, that would be so great. I would just troll them.
Yes.
I mean, not bully them, but like almost.
Kind of, yeah.
Just I feel like enough to scare them a little bit.
Like, oh, you think those pants look good? I bought those for you. You have no money.
Yeah. What about... Wasn't there a show where the parents would like...
I don't know.
Dox their kids.
We're gonna have to look. There might be.
There was like Room Raiders, but that was like intentional, right?
Something.
Okay. Ugh. My mom didn't know how to use AIM or any of my internet, and
Same.
I had the biggest computer in the world, and I remember being like, I would wait for her to get off the phone so I could go log on. Oh my god, she would get so mad at me
because she
would
couldn't
get on the phone. I was like,
get off, yeah.
That was the worst when you'd pick up the home phone. Do you guys even know what a home phone is?
No.
Do you even know?
No.
Because I don't have a home phone, and like sometimes
I don't have a home phone either.
That topic comes up though. Sometimes as a parent, they're like, I kind of feel like I should have a home phone. Like my kids don't have cell phones yet. Like you're in that right now. We're in that age.
Like use my.
They're always here, but like if something happens to us, and like we have these passwords on our phones because our phones have everything, our bank accounts and all that.
That is a good point.
So like my son can't just like open my phone. I mean, now I guess he does know my password.
This goes back to living in the suburbs though. We have really great neighbors. My son can go to eat. I am very lucky. My son
Me
and my
too.
daughter could go to either neighbor and they would be fine.
Yeah, I feel like we're so, like, our community is really close.
Same.
And not, like, small town
Mm-mm.
vibe where
We live
we're
15
all, like,
minutes from Chicago.
Yeah, we're, like, close enough to the city, but also far enough away
Yes.
to not, like, I don't know, everyone that lives in our town is either a commuter or a remote worker or a local worker.
Yeah.
And it's great.
We're all families. It's a family town.
It's the best. I love it. But I'm so glad we don't have AIM anymore.
Same.
That'd be so bad.
But we have Roblox that we have to worry about.
That is AIM, basically.
Yeah,
part
but
of it.
So I have something said on yesterday. Bryson and my wife Deidre, who is not, she is 10 years older, so she's a Gen Xer, so even more far removed from the technology portion. And they were like, "This app is not working. Like, can you go in and get it downloaded? Because you know he has the Amazon Kindle Kids." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I went in and I was like, "No, it's because it's asking for approved content because it's beyond the mild content. He can't have that game because obviously I was, you know, the 13-year-old in the ASL chat room saying that I was 26, female,
lived in Florida,
ready to get down." And so I know better now, and I'm like, "No, that's past the mild content." And my wife was like, what does mild content mean, being a Gen Xer? And I was like,
she's like, I don't understand.
Yes,
this game is
let me tell you. And my son was like all mad, and I was like, pick a different game. And part of it was it allows you to communicate with a lot of people that you don't know. And we
or learn things that you're just not mature enough to understand.
So I think there's a right way to do it. I think you can kind of explain some of it, especially at his age now, being almost 7. I think we're good. But there are some things that yes, I think he can see it. I think he can interact with it. I think we can explain it. But I don't want him talking to other people about it.
Well, there's adult things and there's children things and there's baby things and there's teenage things.
I don't want someone else to have the chance to explain it to him in a way that makes something that's not consensual or something like that.
Well, that would
okay. And as a parent, you want the chance to share your views, your values, your morals. I think the internet you have to be wary of, not just because they might see something you don't want them to see. Yes, that's hard and Google makes it really easy. But I think the really hard part is someone else, especially in the Roblox type of era, can tell them what something means before you get a chance to tell them what it means.
It's getting harder. I feel like maybe not harder, but we have more resources and tools now, but there's also still more opinions and some people are
more access to other people's information.
Yeah, exactly. And like maybe there was the Kim K thing where someone created a game on Roblox of her private business without her approval.
We talked a lot about the internet today.
Yeah.
Especially as young kids. The first person we were going to ask questions about that to was a group of people in an AOL chat room we had never met. We told we were 26.
And had big boobies.
Big boobies. And we were asking the questions of these people we don't know. And so for me, it's not the content that's the problem. It's not the image that's the problem.
No.
My issue as a parent is that I don't want my child to have access to ask the questions to people I don't know.
Yeah.
Or people who might be predatory and use that as a way to kind of schmooze them or tell them something that's not actually true, right? And I want to be able, I want to be able to have those conversations with my son and allow him to have those conversations with me, feel comfortable to have those conversations with me, because I think there's a really big difference. And I don't care what they hear. I don't want them asking questions to people we don't know.
I want them to feel comfortable coming to us.
Correct.
To be like,
I want to shut that part off the internet.
I do want my son to be open and honest with my daughter too. Like to be like, I saw this. I heard this. What does this mean? Like I want them to feel comfortable coming to me and being like, what is that? And for me to be like, it's inappropriate for you.
Yes.
But this is why. Like my mom, I feel like my mom did a good job at being like, she was very open. She was a no bra mom. She was a no shirt mom.
Oh, I love that about your mom.
She was all out there.
Your mom was,
and I'm very much true. Like I'm very modest. I'm very prude in a sense because I was like, Mom, my friends are coming over. Put a bra on. My mom's a young mom, so I was like, Can't do this.
Oh, but I think it's having the internet, what do you call that? Like guidelines for your child.
Which, yeah.
Because
we didn't have that. We were released into a time.
The wild.
We were released into the wild. We saw things before our parents even experienced something like that. Like we would just type in
2 girls, 1 cup.
Oh, I showed my mom.
People are really
my mom, I made her watch that and I recorded it. I have to find it. I have saved the video of her watching it and she threw up on her Bears jersey and she was very mad.
This is the kind of stuff we don't want our kids seeing. And if they do, we want to be able to talk to them about it before some random pedophile on the internet
does. I feel like wrap it up.
Unhinged internet was definitely really unhinged when we were young. Mm-hmm. We're trying to hinge it a little better as parents now. Probably still not the best.
Hey, These
cocktails are delicious.
My husband is
really like an internet security engineer. That's why we keep him around.
That's why our kids complain so much because they get locked out of everything.
They do. But this is the way we do it.
Yeah.
So I have to say, the early 2000s internet, a lawless land where our AIM away messages were dramatic, song lyrics, because who else would our crush know how else would they know if we were sad? And chat rooms were basically the wild, wild west. Let's be real, we had no business being in half the places we were online. Check. Talking to a 16 male from California at age 9, who is definitely not 16, probably. Check. Using dial-up to sneak onto the internet at 2 a.m. just to update our MySpace top 8.
But it was loud.
Absolute check.
If you left the speaker on,
you had to turn it off. You had to turn it off. Thank you guys for joining us for episode 5, BRB, the Unhinged Internet.
What's next week?
Okay, so first off, thank you again to all of our fans. We really appreciate it. We hit over 200 subscribers. We were like over 215 last time I checked on YouTube, so super excited there. Garrett is going to paint her nails. Again, a reminder, please post a heart of the color that you'd like her to paint next week.
Yes, I will do it, and I'll paint while we're talking.
While we're chatting.
Yeah.
Next week's episode 6, we're going to have, we have to do this, a special guest.
One of our besties.
I've
known her since I was 8.
I've known her since I was 11. And we're also friends. And her twin sister is still a good friend of ours with 3 kids that are friends with our kids.
Oh my God, we
yes. She does not have kids. So for any of you millennials that are watching for the nostalgia who don't have kids,
we're bringing her
on.
Our bestie, our single bestie. She's beautiful, she's smart, and she's hilarious.
Yes, all 3 of those things. So we are looking at Take 4 Talk More episode 6. Can't believe it's episode 6 already. Literally thought my life was over, but it was just the early 2000s. Remember when you did something so dumb as a teen and thought your life was over? Whether it was sneaking out, getting caught in a lie, or making one bad decision that spiraled out of control, we all had those moments. In this episode, we are joined by our favorite and one of our best middle school, high school friends to relive the absolute dumbest things we did that got us into trouble, maybe not into trouble, but it should have, and the ones maybe we also got away with.
We have 218 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, I love that.
I think we have 10 followers on TikTok. That's great.
Because we're old.
Well, because we're old. It's 100% because we're old. So everyone that's following us on YouTube, Amber's following us on YouTube. She watches us every episode. Shout out to Amber.
Yes.
But can you guys comment in this video?
On the YouTube.
On the YouTube. It has to be the YouTube.
Yes.
The color that you guys want me to do my nails. You can either do the heart emoji
or just name the color.
Name the color. And we'll go through and see which one has the most votes for it.
Yes.
And I'll paint my nails. I promise. But this is very on brand. Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you guys.
Come back for episode 6. Literally, I thought my life was over.